My name is Albert. Our booth is right out here. And we have a few things I'd like to talk about. First, I'd like to talk about our Basis and Prism programs. So let me go through that a little bit. So in general, the two applications that we have, one is for inventory control, one is for sales. They're both geared at small to medium-sized businesses, manufacturer, distributor, trade shows. If I don't include you on here, it doesn't mean that we work with anybody that's a product-based company we work with. So let's talk about Basis first. So basically, Basis is a system that works with handheld devices. We've gone to iOS devices and Android devices. And it's mostly to take anything that has to do with inventory control, anything that has to do with warehouse management. We do inventory counts, production, shipping, receiving. We track serial and note number. And we try to do it as easily as possible. The devices are a lot familiar, so the training is a little bit easier than the old devices. We still work with the antiquated devices like the Motorola and the symbol scanners, but we're trying to get away from that as the technology is moving forward. The warehouse system works basically on a wireless network, integrates directly with Spire completely through using the API. And we use web services technology, which means that you can be anywhere and you can have multiple locations and it'll work. It'll allow you to do real-time inventory, real-time receiving and shipping. We're happy to announce that we've actually gone with Spire. We now an option to be completely web-based. That makes it very easy to implement. And we also have a portal for partners there where they'll be able to create their own instances and test it for their customers very simply as well. So that's new and that's something we're really excited about. And we're only able to do that because Spire gave us the ability to have a web-based API, which is a huge leap in technology compared to what we were doing before with BB for developers in the room. They know what I'm talking about. So the portal is web-friendly. You can even control your inventory through your handheld device, through your iPhone, whatever. And push and pull from Spire in a minute. So what we do with Basis, I'm just going to try to cover very briefly. I'm not going to go too much into specifics. I'm happy to do a full demo right up here, but essentially what we do is we do label printing, which sounds kind of basic, but a barcoding system without labels doesn't work very well. So we do label printing, so you can print not just standard labels, which you can also do in many cases with just a standard crystal report if you Inspire. But we do a little more sophisticated report where we do an ASIM report, for example, for EDI. We do bill of lading report, and it's customizable. So as we work based on your specific needs, we can actually add based on your requirements. On the device, what we do as far as inventory control is we do full in-cycle count, serial and lot numbers, location, and we're actually happy to report that for the first time, we had a customer, and they're in the room here. I'm not going to point them out, but they're in the room, and on a $3 million inventory, they were off by $219, and that was after 1 year of using Basis, and that was quite an accomplishment. We were all blown away, not just the customers, my team as well. So the system is really allows you to be very down to earth if you want to control everything, where your locations, your serial numbers, it's all how much you want to control, it's all there. Or you can just, we have customers also that use it in a retail environment, just to count inventory once a month, once a year. So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of how you can use the system. We do sales orders, obviously, so the sales orders will be pulled automatically from Spire, show up on your handheld device, and then you go and scan the orders that you're shipping them to make sure that you're shipping the wrong item. Before you slip, make sure that you're shipping the right items, and obviously, so many companies have items that look alike, the barcode doesn't like, you scan it and the system will just tell you it's not on the order. So it gives you the ability to do that obviously on sales order. Same with purchase order. When you receive inventory, you can not only scan the items that you're receiving, but you can also print barcodes for all the items in a purchase order, for example. So that allows you to label the items before they even enter the building. We also do a location manager. So Spire has the ability to keep track of your physical location, but they track one location. We have a limited number of locations. So the location in Spire would be your primary location. We give you the ability to have unlimited number of locations, do location transfer, warehouse transfer. So that's all controlled through our device, and there is very easy ways to look up directly on the device. If I'm in the middle of an order, for example, and I want to know where an item is, you can just scan it and it'll show you not only where it is within the same physical warehouse, but any other warehouse that you may have. So overall, we're just going to wrap up here with Basis. It's sold as a service, so it's a monthly subscription It integrates with red LEDI. It's simple, very powerful, and there's many options for Bluetooth scanners. I've got about 4 or 5 on my table here if you want to see what they look like. I'm going to go briefly into Prism. Prism uses the same web portal. So we've done, by design, we've actually merged the two programs into one so that learning it, installing it, everything is actually common. It's a different program, so it uses a different download from the App Store, for example, but the back end is now common. And the reason we did that is that when you register with one, we actually register you with both regardless, and we have really good incentives if you decided you wanted to use the other one. So again, mobile friendly, we use the Spire API, yada. So how Prism works is that it's really, we focus on catalogs. We have customers with beautiful product lines, so we wanted to have the ability to give you a catalog in your hand. We've worked with many salespeople that are used to having a big bag full of books, and they go through and flip the pages. We wanted to give that same experience. So if you come and see me, I'll show you how that works. You can have a device, you flip through, we've got a proprietary technology that allows you to actually create what we call hotspots on the pages. Just tap on it. So we do a lot of stuff on Prism, and we've got quite a large number of customers now, and somehow every customer needs something else, so we keep adding something else, so it does a lot of stuff. But it's truly a catalog, and when I say catalog, it's your own catalog. We take your catalog, we have a process called digitization that allows you to create it, so it's not just little square images, it's whatever you have. So who uses Prism? Typically, trade shows, road sales, showroom, online sale, anything that has to do with selling. And we've even got it now where it basically completely automatic. You can go into your warehouse, scan an order on Prism, go to Spire, and the order is there. There's absolutely no interaction. So that's new for us. Before we had to export and import. But again, because of the API, we're able to do that. One thing that Prism does also, because we host all the your pictures, your images, we also create a fairly basic but fairly powerful web store automatically, and that's an option. There's no charge for the web store. If you use it, we charge monthly, but if you don't use it, we create it anyway. It's part of our onboarding system. So, creates orders, automatically it's going to Spires, and it pulls information as needed, and it all has a live inventory directly. When you're selling, you're able to see your inventory. We even have the ability, if you have internet on your tablets, to have the tablet talk to each other. So if one sales rep is making a sale, the other one will go to make a sale, and then his inventory will be updated. We did that after we visited you guys.
It's Chuck's fault.
So, as I said, hotspot enabled catalog patch flip. We do have size color matrix functionality. Now, it works in size color matrix based on how the items are configured. So we dynamically build a size color matrix, but obviously it has to do, because in Spire the items have to exist. Every single item is an item, and you have to make sure that based on how the item is constructed, we can deconstruct it to build a size color matrix. So if anybody has questions on that, we can talk a little more about that. A lot of advanced features. Again, we've done a whole bunch of stuff based on what customers are requesting, like a live inventory. We have categories. We have the ability to create order forms, a whole bunch of stuff. Just come and see me, and I'd be happy to show you. I didn't know if it would be that way or that way, so just put the right on the right, so I'm over there. One more thing I just would like to mention. It's something we've embarked over the last year, and we've really done a lot of work. You'll see in your little pamphlet, it's not on this slide, but we now also offer hosting services. We have a whole bunch of customers where we basically give them a full solution. We have a plan where you can have a hosted Spire. So a lot of TV customers have older servers, so rather than buying an old server, we now have an option where we just give you a server, you can try it free for 30 days, we'll install Spire, we'll maintain it, we'll back it up, we'll make sure it's on 99.99% of the time. And it actually costs less than buying a server. And I'd be thrilled to show you what we have. We actually have a special to show for a smaller edition with a Spire integration. Do I have time for questions? Or any questions in the audience? Or where's lunch? It's probably
Here comes that.
The hosting service, is this for website hosting or?
No, actually we give you a computer. We basically give you a computer where you can run anything. You can run Spire, you can run obviously Basis and Prism, you can run anything that you want. It's actually your computer. We just give you remote access, but we manage it with you. And you can actually, we also have a plan for partners to offer that to their customers with a fairly generous arrangement.
Next time we're hiring roadies.
I thought that was you.
With regards to integration, so you said that there's a monthly fee. This is with regards to Basis, by the way.
Yeah.
Is it remotely hosted, or is it like an add-on that you would add to your server that already exists for your Spire system? Or
It's remotely hosted. We host it.
So if I wanted to add the barcode system, I'd have to pay the monthly fee for you guys to host the service or whatever, and then there would be. Sorry, what?
Well, basically, we're hosting it and you're using it. It talks to Spire through the web. So what you're paying monthly is for the program, for the ability to use it, and obviously for the hosting.
Now, is it an add-on that attaches to Spire? Is there like an application that runs alongside the server software? Or?
Yes, there's an application that runs on its own that communicates with Spire through web API calls.
Okay, thank you.
It's transparent, correct?
It's transparent.
That's the point.
Well, you can go to that other application, or if you wanted to, sometimes you don't even have, for certain things, you don't even have to open the Basis portal. You can scan over it, do it from Spire. It's doing it through Basis, but it's transparent to the user. Sorry.
What kind of internet type do you need to do this upload and download?
It's very small packets of information. It depends for which. For Basis, it's very small packets of information, little orders, or whatever. So the internet speed really is not too much of an option. For Prism, you're downloading images or uploading images, so it takes a little more bandwidth depending on how many items you have or how many pictures. And usually we've had customers go at 6 Mbps, work fairly well. More and more now, the better it is, the more it is, the better, obviously always.
Thanks, Albert.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alan.